Up next on the FMV archive, the Daedalus Encounter, 1995 release game with Tia Carrera. And if you find this game, whether it was on the Mac, the PC, or the 3DO, Tia is going to be on that cover box art. They are definitely pushing that she is in the game and you're going to be playing a game with Tia Carrera, damn it. So Daedalus, what is the Daedalus Encounter? Well, Daedalus, let's go back way back. That is Greek mythology. Daedalus was kind of the craftsman of the Greek mythology world. And he was the one, his son was Icarus, who you probably have heard of. And Daedalus created the wings that Icarus had, that he flew too close to the sun and ended up crashing down. That is Daedalus. Now, the flying too close to the sun actually comes into the game later into it and actually makes sense all in the end. This is sold as a movie puzzle adventure. Starring Tia Carrera. This is a big deal. She's just coming off of Wayne's World. She's coming off the classic zombie nightmare. Mystery Science Theater 3000 fans will appreciate that. But is this a puzzle adventure you should take? Let's dive deep into our 10-point system to find out, starting with the story. You are part of a 3-man space marine crew. You are Casey, and you are flying with your 2 shipmates, Zach and Tia Carrera. They're the 2 other people on your ship. You get into this battle and you die, Casey, or not. Your brain doesn't die, so they take your brain out and they put it into this kind of orb. You know, it's kind of about yay big, and your brain is in there, and there's a computer in there, and you can fly around in this thing. You're kind of like a robot now. You have minimal communication with the shipmates on there. You can kind of say yes or no. You can fly around and look at stuff. You get into a wreck, your ship is kind of worthless at this point, but you see an eerily floating spaceship out in front of you. They say, hey, Casey, go out and investigate. You go out and investigate, you find that there are aliens on there, but you know what? All those aliens are dead. Your crewmates come on the ship, and from there, it is an adventure of discovery and finding out what is on this ship. How do I get this ship so we can get the hell out of here? Because we are on a crash course with the sun. We are in the sun's orbit, and we are being sucked into the sun. All the while, you're encountering these weird kind of flying aliens that are trying to eat and kill you. You're collecting these purple orbs, which you have no idea what they're doing, and you're trying to access different parts of this spaceship to find a control panel so you can get the hell out of there. Will you find all those orbs? Will you fight enough aliens? Will you be peaceful, or will you fight when you find that final alien? Those things are answered in this game. The story is great. It's a lot of fun. I had fun doing the story. 10 out of 10 for the story. The gameplay, you're this bot on the ship and you're flying around, so you're doing all the discovery things. You're solving the puzzles in there, and the puzzles on this are hard. Think 7th guess, think 11th hour in terms of difficulty. You can play it on easy, medium, and hard. We played most of it on medium and a couple of them on easy when we did a walkthrough. We have a full walkthrough of the game here if you want to see a whole playthrough and how you actually beat this thing, because it is difficult. The other thing that's frustrating as hell is sometimes they will point you at a door, and it just looks like, obviously, they want me to go straight here because I just entered this room and I'm pointing that direction. No. You should turn around, go backwards 3 clicks, and then find the orb. That it makes no sense why I would do this. A lot of things are not logical in how it's set up with that, but the gameplay is smooth. Everything works. There are some mazes in there which are very painful because there are no cues of which direction you should take. It's not like, oh, there's a yellow light over there, I should follow that. Every doorway looks exactly the same and is frustrating as hell. Puzzles are really good, and there is some varying gameplay in there. There's a couple quick time events. There's a couple of other things where a little bit more deductive and trying to find things. There's a couple things that you have to pick up. So there is some clue finding in there, a little variation in the gameplay, which makes it a little bit better. 6 overall for the gameplay. Number 3, the look and the graphics. They are absolutely amazing in this. This is some of the best CGI you will find in 1995. This is Mechadeus. This is the same people that make Critical Path. We gave that game a full review. We have a full walkthrough for Critical Path, one of the only ones you'll find on the internet here on our channel. And that's a very similar game in terms of layout and gameplay to this one. But this looks 1,000% better. Whoever they had working on the CGI and the graphics on this one, they are way better. Much higher production budget for this one. Like the actual, like the spaceship that they're in, looks really good. FMV is smooth. I think the look and graphics are actually great. It's even really cool inside of your bot there too, the interface there. Everything is really good. 10 out of 10 for look and graphics.
That was a great show, but let's try someplace else.
Yeah, you're right. We should get going.
Number 4, the dialogue. I think this is one of the better parts of the game. You don't know what you're doing here. You're just stuck on this spaceship. A lot of it is asking questions and just feeling things out. Like, what the hell are we doing? What the hell is this orb? A lot of question asking, a lot of discovery, which I think is actually pretty cool. The banter in between the 2 main characters, really, Casey, you're that bot. You don't talk really at all other than yes or no. So you're really relying on Tia Carrera and Kristen Boker to do all of it on here. And they do really good with the dialogue. I think it's pretty darn good. 8 overall for the dialogue. Consequences and game logic. Number 5. The consequences in this fairly linear. But if you don't do things that you're supposed to, pretty painful. But the good thing, unlike we did Blue Heat, We did that game, the Cover Girl Murders. When you get to the end, if you didn't do everything exactly how you had to do it, just game over. On this, they're just like, well, what do we do next? You have to realize what orb you didn't get. You have to go back and get it. You have to collect 6 orbs in total. So if you missed one, you're just like, what door did I not get one out of? So you can go back. So at least it allows you to go back and find your stuff. So I like that. Game logic, got to take away a couple points here because like I said earlier, sometimes they'll point you in directions and you're not supposed to go that direction. But there's no cue that tells you I shouldn't be going this direction. I mean, you pointed me there, game. So that gets a little bit frustrating. Overall, it's pretty darn good, though. 6 overall for consequences of game logic. Number 6, the acting. There are pros here. Tia Carrere, really good. She's coming off Wayne's World. This is kind of the height of her fame right here. She's doing really well in this. I think she is awesome. Does a good action hero type of thing. Christian Boker, the other guy, he's got 51 credits on IMDb. Good actor. I think he plays this really well. The chemistry between them is really, really good. And it better be good because these people are on screen the entire game. Is just these 2 people. There's nobody else to rely on. They're in front of a green screen acting their asses off, I think. Done pretty darn well. We'll give it a 9 overall for acting. 7, direction cinematography. The camera, you are essentially the camera on this. You have a camera eye on this on your bot. So we're seeing everything through our eyes, essentially. And the camera is always floating. You're always moving like you would be in a floating orb, which that is what you are. So I think that looks great. It feels like you're actually in this robot moving around the spaceship. The scenes are great. They put a lot of detail into the background when they didn't need to, so I think that's really good. The FMV is good, and they have different types of scenes in there, different types of shots. It's not just all kind of camera on you and that's it. No, it is different angles and things like that. I think it looks really good. I think the FMV looks really great. I'd give it a 10 overall for direction cinematography. I don't know if you could have done it any better with the tools that they have. Number 8, the music and the sound design. There's a lot of things that are good about this game, and this is probably the best part of it. The music is absolutely stunning in this one. It is perfect. It sounds like a space sci-fi thriller music the whole way. It's original music too, which is really good. There's a couple original songs at the end going to credits. You put that much effort into it, it shows. I love the music in this one. The sound effects are also very good. Very space sound effects, very spaceship sound effects. When doors open, you get that, you know, it's really good. The lasers are good. The monsters are good on this for sound effects. 10 out of 10 for music and sound design. It is one of the better ones I've played in the 90s. Number 9, inventiveness. Really hard puzzles, okay? Not that that hasn't been done before, but these are really challenging and they're new type of puzzles. Some things that I never saw before, so I appreciated that. Big name talent in an FMV game isn't necessarily new, but big name female talent in an FMV game in 1995 is pretty darn new. The only one that I can think off the top of my head, Night Trap. That came out before this. Dana Plato. You might be like, Dana Plato wasn't huge. Dana Plato was huge. Okay, she was very big. She was a big get in that. She's the tail end of her career that ended too quickly, quite honestly. She's really good in this. Tia is great. And having a woman as the lead in an FMV film, again, didn't happen too often in 1995. There's different things in here like mazes, puzzles, quick time events. There's a lot of different ways to play it, which was kind of new for FMV. They usually just went with one lane and took that. I appreciate that they varied it up in here. 7 overall for inventiveness. A little bit of new things in here, but we did do some things that we kind of stole from Night Trap and we kind of stole from Critical Path that we made just before this, but enough new in here to keep it fresh. Number 10, fun. How much fun did I have playing this? I think this game is a lot of fun. There are a couple things to take away from it. One, the brutally painful game logic sometimes of just like, where the hell do I go? And why do I know that cutting off this alien's hand and it just falling to the floor, that is critical to the end of the game. Absolutely critical. I need to remember that, remember where that alien's hand is, and make the logical jump of, hey, I've put all these orbs in here. Now I need to put an alien hand on top of these orbs to resurrect the alien leader. That takes a lot of steps to me to do that. So it was a little bit more making sense in terms of how things went together. I think this is easily a 10 out of 10, but I still had fun playing it. I liked it. 7 out of 10 for fun. Final score, 83. Pretty darn good. And I think for 1995, this is exceptional. Now, in 1995, a lot of the reviews for this were also very good. Let me look at one here. Next Generation Magazine. We hate to admit it, but here's an FMV game with all the works. That was a big deal in 1995. FMV was kind of getting crapped on at that time because there were some bad examples of it. This is a good one. And every single review that you read about this will say that it looks great, and the CGI looks great, and the acting is great. So our final verdict, listen, if you want to go down nostalgia lane, I think this is a great one to do, but I would definitely do it with checking and bookmarking our walkthrough for this, because man, it gets really confusing sometimes on where the hell to go. You can find it on abandonware, you can buy it on eBay for $8 if you want an actual copy of it. It's pretty darn easy to find. But it is challenging and a lot of fun and an interesting story. All the elements of FMV gaming that make it something that we love are in this game. So I definitely think it's one checking out if you want to go down the retro road and get some old video gaming in. If you want to get something else in, you can hit like, you can hit subscribe. Those two things help us a lot. That makes us do a lot more of this stuff related to FMV gaming. If there's a game out there that you think we need to do, old, new, kind of old, send it over to us. Leave it in the comments here. We would love to do it. We'd love checking out different games that nobody else is covering. Thank you. Have a good one.